What is it now?
Philip K. Dick.
This is Tik Tak right here.
Squigs, he's back. It's for an action sci-fi, so obviously you're here. You can't say no to action sci-fis. You just gotta whiff. You're just like, he's gonna be going to Total Recall, so let's do it.
Yes, and I did watch the original.
So, story. We start off on story. Can you remember the story?
Kind of.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, who's our main character this time, is going to this, what they call a total recall or a recall station. So it kind of wipes your mind, gives you something of like a vacation. Now, what was supposed to happen in the booth seems to exist in reality around him. He wants to be the secret agent or special agent. Choice of selection.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is special.
Yeah, in his own kind of way. Yeah, he's trying to figure out the whole thing the whole time, puzzling what's going on, what's real, what's not. So that's basically your story. I don't want to give too much away, so I can't go into much, but Mars is involved. We're talking futuristic colonization on Mars in 2024. That's not very far from now. I don't see it really existing.
They had high hopes in the 80s.
Well, it's actually 1990, but they wrote and did all this in the 80s. So.
Yeah.
I think it's more of a thriller sci-fi, because you're still trying to figure out what's going on.
I've watched the movie numerous times, and I still like it, but at the same time, like, the special effects are so cheesy. They're so incredibly cheesy.
Especially when he's outside choking himself because of the air or something.
Yeah. So one part of the movie, he's, they're taking all the air out of
Mars.
Because the air is being, taken out of the sky, and so he gets dumped out in some Martian desert, and there he's sitting, making these weird faces, and his face is getting like bigger.
And the sound he makes.
Yeah, he kind of does make a sound like that.
That's him in every movie though. You see him in Conan the Barbarian. You see him Mr. Freeze in Batman. Alright, so since I did story, this is his turn. Let's do actors. Talk about Schwartzy first. He's our main character.
Arnold. Anyways, yeah, so as far as acting goes, I think acting, as far as the whole thespian thing, it's improved so much since the 80s, right? I don't know how people have learned.
I even think Schwarzenegger has improved since the 80s.
He has, right? And that's the whole thing.
Yeah. What do you think about him in this movie, though? Because I thought it was pretty horrible.
Yeah, it was mostly horrible.
Yeah.
Just like
even you're agreeing with me, this is pretty sad to say.
Yeah, just because...
you're the nice guy.
So you're giving it, pretty much it's like the handicap when you go to golf, right? Like, he gets a big handicap.
The story is not as much an action piece as it is more of a story piece, right? It's trying to tell a story, and there's like movements and changes in the story, and I think it actually does a good job, because in the end I'm still kind of guessing. They needed somebody to fill that main role that really could act. I don't know they got that with the Schwarzenegger, and I think that's where this went wrong. I think that was the most memorable thing in this entire movie was that girl that shows her boobies, and she shows 3 of them. But the fact is, Schwarzenegger does nothing and goes past them. I expected him to go all over those and be like,
That was not his maid, though.
No, it's just like
his
some
housekeeper. Right. And that's the word of the day, housekeeper. House, it's 2 actually.
We hyphenate.
Space. Not hyphenate, space. Key. Which is a K, and an E, and an E, and a P, and an E, and an I.
That's how we spell
Housekeeper.
it in Sesame Street.
I'm going to talk about Marshall Bell. He's been in a movie like Starship Troopers and stuff. He's George, I think, / Kuatu, whatever. Like, how cool would that be? A second man in your back.
In his stomach.
Yeah, that's right.
He's
He
was Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Arnold's such a problem because he's so big and tough. He probably stuck his head through the guy's back and out of his face.
That wasn't CGI. That was just him like. So what did you think of this one as far as thriller goes? Because like I said, I want to classify it as a thriller because I was kind of still guessing for the story.
I think you can make the distinction because there isn't as much action as you'd like, right?
Yeah, it's a
action
stop and
movies.
go action.
Action movies back in the day were
like Predator, just kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think together we've come together. It is a thriller sci-fi. All right, so it's time for that rating.
Factoring its handicap and its age, I'm going to give it a 3.
I'm not going to be as nice as you, but I am still trying to factor in that handicap. Going to give it a 2.5. I have to do adding here. I haven't done this in a while.
2.5 and 3.
5.5 out of 10
Man
babies. Yeah, that's right. On to the next
AKA
review.
Kuatu. Where's my popcorn?